Alright everybody, this is going to be the last video, I promise. This is for the Fallout 4 to Desolate Star building mechanics for Mechanic Monday, for all you indie developers out there. What I've been working on is getting building mechanics similar to Fallout 4, where you pick up an object and you snap it to another, snap, 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 and everything works just fine. So I'm going to show what I've got so far, which is pretty much, I'm calling the mechanic built for right now. We enter build mode, we can move it, we can zoom it out to a certain distance, we can zoom it into a certain distance, and it will snap, 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 right? Everything works. And we no longer have weird bugs where things are moving that shouldn't be moving. Everything is working just fine. So, that being said, the mechanic is done-ish. It's done enough for Mechanic Monday. I'm going to continue working on it to make some color shading. When you pick up an object, I want the object to turn a certain color, which the player will be able to select, similar to Fallout 4. But I want to go ahead and show you guys the code so that those of you who have been following along, in the first video, this is what I promised was actually going to happen. Was this is the finished mechanic, this is everything, the code, and you can do whatever you want with it. Hopefully this helps anybody else who's been trying to build similar mechanics in their games. So I'm just going to scroll through the code. Feel free to pause YouTube and just copy whatever. I'm not going to upload this to my server right now. I've unfortunately had some problems with iPower, my account, and nothing bad, nothing major. But I won't get this uploaded anytime soon, so just feel free to pause the video as we go through it, and I'm just going to scroll through it. Try to do a page down at a time here and see if it'll work. It's close enough. Alright, so I'm just going to go and pause it however you feel necessary. I'm going to try to pause for about 3 seconds on each page down. Alright, so that is the code for the test build snap script. That script goes directly on whatever objects that you are trying to place in your game that you want other things to snap to it. These are the settings that I have over here. This is for the movable objects, the placeable objects, your build objects, your cubes, your squares, whatever. So the snap controller is going to be on your player or camera. If it's a static camera, it probably will be on the player. Actually, I'm going to change this. So the build key mode, we'll get to this script here in a second, but going back to our movable, our placeable object, snap controller is wherever you have your key controllers for the keys to enter build mode and exit build mode. That's where that's going to be. Your Z step is how much it zooms in and out every time, every tick of the scroll wheel. I have 0.35, which is literally 1/3 of 1 unit in Unity. So think of it like that. If you set it to 1, it's going to tick 1 unit up or down depending on how you're scrolling every time you scroll. Zoom in is the distance that the game object will be from the camera. Okay, so it stops the game object from zooming through the camera, and the zoom max stops it from zooming too far away from the camera. Okay, is movable in good placement. These are serialized in the code so that you can monitor it for debugging purposes. You can turn the serialized code or serialized field off, which is right here. You can comment that out and it'll hide them, which I'll show you real quick. And it'll hide those two so you don't have to see them, which makes the fields completely private, locked, and hidden, and all that other fun jazz as soon as it compiles. There we go. Alright, now for the other script. This is the basically the controller for the build UI, which is right here. You guys can't see that. Let me go over to this monitor. See where it says in build mode at the top, and there's a build button on the top left to build another cube. I haven't coded that yet either, so I'm probably not going to for right now. But that's our build UI. Okay, so that's all that is. When you start the game, you want this to be at 0, interactable to be off, and blocks raycast to be off, so it doesn't screw with anything else. So let's go ahead and look at that code, and I'll do the same thing on it. I'll just scroll through it. I'll go ahead and start scrolling through it, and I will hold for 3 seconds on each page down. This is a pretty short script. It's pretty easy to tell what all's going on in it. Okay, so like I said, it's a pretty short script. It doesn't have a whole lot in there. There's a couple of things that the other script will catch from this one. So I recommend building this script first, and then you can go back and build the build snap script over here. I have them labeled as test because my process is I usually build a mechanic in a test scene. Once I get it working perfectly with no bugs, then that's my baseline. I know that style, that design works, and then I can move it over to my game, implement the mechanic there, and if something happens, then I can go back and look at my baseline and try to figure out what broke, if anything. Okay, so that's pretty much it, man. Comments, feedback is always welcome. I'm going to continue working on this mechanic a little bit more, but I just want to throw it out there for Mechanic Monday, and that's pretty much it. The blocks snap on all 6 faces, front, back, top, bottom, left, and right. There's a trigger to make it snappable, movable, etc., etc. There's a trigger to turn on the build mode. That's really the extent of this mechanic. Doesn't seem like a lot, but I've been trying to figure out a way to do this well for some time now. Now, keep in mind, I may change this a little bit as the development of Desolate Star moves forward. I am a very long way away from being done. I did not think that I was ever going to get this mechanic actually done and working as smoothly as I did. So that kind of pushes development out a little bit. But I'm going to try to get the game out. I'm still aiming for the end of the year, but it's looking more and more like long-term plans may keep that from happening. But I'll keep you guys posted, let you know when the Kickstarter starts. It will be advertised everywhere so you won't miss it. If you have any questions or comments about this mechanic or anything else you've seen in my videos, please feel free to send me a message. Also, we have a Desolate Star is on Facebook. You can send me a message there, post comments, like all of our videos, and so on and so forth. Subscribe to the channel and you follow more for anything that comes out later. And again, if you have any questions or comments, just let me know and I'll do the best that I can to help you. If I don't know, I will help you Google for it. Y'all have a great week. Hope everybody had a good Valentine's Day, and take care. Thanks for watching.